All right, so COVID, it's a big thing. We're still like negotiating with licensees and BCTS on prices so that we can take all the measures to work safely. So everything's still like, anyway, it's just slow going. So these are the rules that the public health officer has released. It's not an order, so it's not law, but it's guidance, so it's like basically law. Um, and yeah, we've gone over the document, and it's pretty straightforward. So I'll, I'm sort of reading this as I go. I'm not an expert, but pardon how awkward this is going to be. So first, let's just talk about what COVID is. It's a virus. It's usually found in animals, but then when it finds its way into humans, it can just be a common cold, or it could, basically flood your lungs and you can stop breathing. So COVID-19 is like the new version. It's causing a global pandemic, um, and it's super super serious. So it's transmitted by liquid droplets, and that's usually when someone talks, coughs, or sneezes. So through these droplets, it goes through the eyes, the nose, or the throat if you're in close contact. It's not known to be airborne, so it's not just like floating around in the air, and it can't go through your skin. It is spread by touch if a person uses, their hand to cover their mouth and they cough or sneeze and then they touch something and you touch it and then you touch your face. So the best thing you can do to avoid getting it is washing your hands like all the time. And there are proper hand washing techniques. You should be washing your hands for 20 seconds, trying to get every nook and cranny using soap, and then avoid touching your face. Don't rub your face, and then there's no way for the virus to get up into your body. Um, the symptoms for COVID-19, they're similar to other respiratory illnesses, so like the flu and the common cold. Uh, these symptoms are coughing, sneezing, fever, sore throats, difficulty breathing. The big ones are cough, a dry cough, and a fever, difficulty breathing. Those are kind of the three big ones. Um, you could get like muscle aches, fatigue, headache, chills. Everybody sort of reacts to it differently. Some people get barely any symptoms and they don't even know they have it, right? Obviously, people with compromised immune systems or older people are more vulnerable to the disease. So that's where it's scary, right? And most of the people where it's like putting them in the hospital, it's like it's they're older or they're compromised. So what we're doing to sort of break the chain so that it doesn't come into our crews is, I mean, it's simple. It's practicing good hygiene, right? So that's hand washing and physical distancing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be cleaning the trucks in the morning, where someone's gonna be washing, like everything, like the handles, spraying it down with alcohol solution. We're gonna put 4 people a truck. Uh, we're gonna we're gonna provide and ask that everybody in the vehicle is wearing a face mask, uh, to and from work. I mean, obviously at work you're gonna be in your own area, so you don't need to wear the mask. Um, but yeah, social distancing. We're gonna ask that you stay 6 feet away from people, when you can. Now, obviously, some of you are going to be staying together, so they've introduced this idea of the pod, and what that means is the the same 4 people will be in the same truck like all season. I mean, obviously that might not always be perfect, but we're gonna try and keep the same people staying in the same rooms, and then in the same vehicles like always, so that it's like we're not intermingling, just jumping around, and that'll just create units that once you're clean, you should hypothetically like just be not expo. You should have a low risk of exposure. Um, so that means with things like going out at night, basically we're not really allowed. Like there should be one person chosen to go do laundry or to go do groceries. And I mean, I know that's asking a lot, so do your best. But if you can, pick one person to go do the thing at the grocery store, that is really the best way. And when you go there, please wear your mask, wash your hands, do all the things that we're asking. Stay away from people. Um, and yeah, that should minimize the risk. They talked about basically sending people to our hotels to make sure that we're following these rules. And so it'd be almost like a security guard that'd be waiting in the parking lot and checking that, if a bunch of you are outside and hanging out, they would be like, hey, you should be 6 meters away from each other. Or we're not actually sure how that'll be enforced or if they'll go through with that. But just know that they are taking this seriously. Like, we're a service that they're allowing to happen, so they expect us to take this super seriously. What else? Da, da, da. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through. Cleaning the vehicles, yeah, we'll clean everything. We'll have stuff. Everybody will be provided with hand sanitizer. We're purchasing a bunch of hand sanitizer and the masks, like I said. They're talking about offering a system where if you get any... Okay, so this is what's happening so far. If you get any sort of symptom, whether it's a cold or a flu, it probably won't be COVID, but if you get any of those symptoms, you can't come to work. You have to let us know, and hopefully they're putting in the system where basically you might be able to get tested, which is intense. That's like shoving that swab up your way into the back of your nose and stuff. So that's a crazy thing. So we don't want people to like just be crying wolf and be like, I don't feel like going to work. But if you get, a cough or you're feeling weak and fever, we are going to pay for your day off, and we're going to isolate you, and we're going to take it super, super seriously. We don't want you next to anyone, and that means getting tested. They're offering testing to anyone that have any of the symptoms, so you're not just getting free days off. Like, we'll take care of you and feed you and house you, but you're going to be tested because we need to know, and they want to know, so that we can, if it's just a cold, then we can clear you and get you back to work as soon as possible. I mean, obviously we'll have more information on that. We're just learning about this right now. Sorry, I know this is not riveting. So another thing, we've been asking everyone that come to show up to camp to do that daily self-monitoring thing. We need 14 days of that before we can show up to work. There's another self-assessment tool. It's basically just like a website for the government, and you just click through a few buttons and they ask you some questions. We're going to be asking that you fill that out at the start and end of each shift. I'll have a link for that. This is separate from the self-monitoring tool. I'm not sure if that's going to replace it so far. I would assume so. Again, yeah, like we'll send a link for that closer to when we start giving you dates and everything. Oh yeah, I guess we're going to have thermometers too, so the supervisors are going to be taking, your temperature. It's no touching, it's just one of the gun kind of things. It takes the temperature from your forehead. So we're going to be doing that, obviously, to see if anybody has a fever. At work, nobody should be, if a checker's there or whatever, don't let them get near you. Don't let the supervisors get near you. Like, don't be shy and like be like, oh, not too close. Coughing, don't cough in your hands, cough into your shoulder. But if you're coughing, you shouldn't really be coming to work. Like, we need to know. And then isolation. So if you do have some of the symptoms, we're going to have to basically take you out of where you're staying and put you somewhere else so that it's just you. Someone will check up on you twice a day, bring you food. yeah, anyway, I think that's it. The other thing is, I hope that everyone has researched CERB. It's the program that is offered to people that haven't been working because of COVID. So tree planters all are eligible for that. It's $2,000 a month. It's super easy to apply. CERB, CERB. So you guys have missed out on work now for the month. So you should be applying for that. It's like it's not much, but it's a bit of relief. Um, I don't know. I probably missed a bunch of things, so I'm sure there'll be addendums to this, and we'll talk about it all the time. Anyway, we're still waiting for the exact dates. It's still looking like early May. I know it's not ideal. Me and David are like stressing out big time trying to figure out how to make this work. You know, we're all kind of in the same boat. Like every tree planting company, it's pretty intense. Anyway, I hope you guys are all feeling amazing. Can't wait to start, and I'll email you with more information after this. All right. Oh no, wait, I forgot. So now you've listened to all three videos. There's gonna be a link to basically, normally I make you write it out by hand, like it's just the training sheet. It's all digital now, so it'll be the link. Go on it, write your name, contact info, and just click that we've talked about everything, and then you can do like a digital signature. I'm gonna need that, and I'll hound you guys for it. Okay, thank you, and yeah, take care.